Hi, I'm Debbie.
And I'm Lauren.
We are developmental therapists with Achiever Early Intervention. And one of the questions we get asked so many times from parents is, my child's behavior is out of control. What should I do?
So there are types of behaviors that can be very typical in toddler development, such as hitting, kicking, biting, tantrums during transitions. But there is a frequency that we want to kind of stay within. If you feel like this is happening majority of your day or very frequently during the day, this would be something that you want to be concerned about and begin to address.
One of the ways you can address it is being consistent with your child. So say the same thing every time. So if your child wants your phone and you say it's mommy's phone, make sure the next time they want your phone, you say the same thing. Because you might be somewhere and give it to them all of a sudden just to keep them quiet so you can have a conversation. But the next time you don't, so then they have a meltdown.
And it's very normal for kids to test limits, but being consistent is going to help them test limits less. They will test limits more when they don't know what to expect for the outcome. You want to focus on what your toddler is allowed to do versus what they're not allowed to do.
Giving choices is another thing that's a really important tool to use whenever you're a parent or a caregiver. Instead of them just telling you what they want, maybe you can give them a choice of two things that you've already decided it's okay for them to have. So it might be, would you like a yogurt or a banana? That way you've made the choices. It's something you're prepared to be able to give them, and then they feel like they're in control because they get to make that choice.
Offering alternatives, for instance, if your child wants your pen and you don't want them to have your pen, maybe you can get down their crayons and a piece of paper, and with your supervision, allow them to participate in this activity. If your child is throwing toys, you can use a bin and teach them to clean up by throwing the toys into the bin so that there's a purpose behind the throwing, a positive purpose. Also, you can offer them something that they are allowed to throw, such as a ball.
Using positive words with your child is always helpful. So if we're constantly saying no, stop, don't, they take those as negative things and then they tend to do those things more. So just using more positive statements like, use your walking feet today, sometimes helps.
Something else that I find really helpful is talking to your child about what is going to happen during the day to help them through transitions. You may feel like they're not understanding or they're not going to understand what you're saying, but through your words and through experience, they are going to start understanding those things so that they are able to tolerate transitions that happen throughout the day. If you feel like your child is engaging in these undesirable behaviors majority of the day or very frequently through the day, now is when you would want to call Achiever Early Intervention so that we can help come up with some suggestions on how to address these issues.